I, 43 male, accidentally insulted my partner, 43 female, and she has remained cold ever since. And she wears sweats all the time now.
What did you say?
We have been a couple for 7 years. I only now realize we both view her very differently. From my perspective, she's never been interested in fashion at all. Always wears black jeans. She has dozens of black tops. She doesn't wear makeup, doesn't get her nails done, only does root touch-ups. And I love her and don't care about this at all. From her perspective, apparently, she dresses elegantly and minimalistic. She says she's always wearing no makeup. I guess she means mascara. Not sure. She says she pays the salon every month to color her hair, or it would be gray. The reason this all came up is that we met up with friends, and one of the women is very fashionable, always done up. I had mentioned in passing to my partner that I loved that she, the other woman, wore vibrant colors. My partner had said she personally isn't a fan of bright colors, and in the past, when she has tried to wear them, she doesn't like how it looks. I told her if I was a beautiful woman, I'd wear bright colors for attention, and that's probably why our friend does it. Anyways, this was the gist of the conversation. If my partner was getting upset, I wasn't picking up on that. I honestly don't even recall what I was saying that made her mad, but she ended up annoyed with something. I was truly confused, but we ended up in an argument. I told her that based on how she looks, I had no idea she even cared about looks or fashion. She was getting really angry at me, which tends to make me mad too. So I told her that if she cares that much, to my surprise, she should present herself better. She insisted I tell her what I meant, and so I told her that she dresses boring and it makes her look old and dumpy. I also told her I don't care at all, but since she appears to, she should try to dress more fashionable. This was 3 weeks ago, and she was very angry with me. Now she's not angry, but she's remained cold, and she now has taken to dressing in sweatpants and sweatshirts. She says she won't be dressing nice around me anymore, but I never thought she dressed nice in the first place. Obviously, I put my foot in my mouth and I have apologized, but she doesn't care. She says she won't forget what I said. I really just want her to drop this. Is this something that needs therapy or just time?
I think it's something that needs time and a conversation. For you to say that she dresses boring and dumpy.
Dumpy?
Like, you have to understand the reason she's wearing sweats and sweaters around you now. You don't appreciate her when she puts the effort in. Like, that's what she's telling you. Like, she puts effort into her appearance, getting your roots redone. Also, no makeup is makeup. It can be a full face of makeup. The whole point of no makeup is it looks like you're not wearing makeup. It's not just mascara, dude. And for you to be like, oh, you look boring and dumpy. Yeah, she might wear all black, but maybe that's what she's comfortable with. And now she's just proving a point. Like, you know what? I don't think she's like being cold. I think she's being spiteful. And I would too. I would wear sweats and a hoodie around you. And I would be like, you want to see what boring and dumpy looks like? This is what it looks like. And until you can come to me with a proper apology and not some I'm sorry bullshit, and actually tell me why you're sorry, and actually be like, hey, I understand what you mean now. You have been putting a lot of effort into your appearance, and I'm sorry it's gone unnoticed. I never wanted to make you feel that way. And I'm happy with you and the way that you dress and the way that you look. That's how the conversation should go.
Yeah.
Somewhere along those lines. Because she's more upset that everything she has done to look presentable and to look good for you has gone completely unnoticed. Imagine you put effort into your appearance all the time for your significant other, even if it's not for your significant other, but for yourself too. And then someone's like, oh, you look boring and dumpy. That hurts.
It's just like, it's kind of a tear down. And I think it's very common for a lot of like het cis men like to be like, oh, well, she's not wearing any makeup. I love girls that don't wear makeup. And then they show pictures of what they like and there's very clearly makeup. They just don't get it. And so even if you're doing things for yourself, like you're doing it because it makes you feel good, light makeup, wearing blacks, and then you have someone like say like, oh, well, what you're doing doesn't look good. It just tears you down. Even if it's not for anyone else but you, it's still like a direct hit. It still doesn't feel good. It's just like rude. I can't imagine my partner criticizing me like this.
And what also is kind of just like, yeah, you're being an asshole is the fact that you said, well, there's not really a difference. Like she's just wearing sweats and like sweaters around me now. There is a difference.
Yeah.
And until you're able to address that difference, she's going to be cold. I'd be cold too.
If there wasn't a difference, you wouldn't have noticed.
You wouldn't have noticed. If there wasn't a difference, you wouldn't have been like, oh, she's wearing sweats and a sweater. There's a difference. Use your eyes, sir.
Delusional. There are some comments from OP. To be fair, I wasn't at all aware that she puts effort into looking nice. I'm not trying to be horrible. I'm being honest. I didn't know she cared because she never appears to try. And I only told her she dresses dumpy and looks old when she insisted I explain what I meant. To me, she has the potential to look great. She never appears to do anything to try.
sir, no offense, you lack a lot of social cues.
There's no self-awareness here.
Yeah, it's like everything you're saying, it sounds like you lack the social awareness to understand like what you are saying is like mean.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister she's no longer the it girl? So I, 25 female, have a sister, 30 female. We are from a small town where everyone knows each other. When we were younger, she was the it girl of our town. She was really pretty, social, well-liked by everyone in general. I was the opposite. I looked like Dobby from Harry Potter. I was extremely skinny, had crooked teeth, frizzy hair, and a huge nose. Really grotesque to look at in general.
No, I'm sure that's not true.
Yeah.
When people saw us together, they would get really surprised. They would often ask us whether we have the same dad or not. On top of that, I always felt like my sister was ashamed of me. She never wanted to take me anywhere or wouldn't like being seen with me. She even told me it's because people ask her questions about me. The thing that really annoyed me was when her friends would make fun of me. They would often call me the little goblin, and my sister would never stick up for me.
She's really describing her ugliness like a disability. I mean, she's really like, this is hindered my life. Like, I'm so ugly, you guys wouldn't believe it. I gotta see the picture. Like I said, was it that bad?
Other photos?
I don't know yet.
Like the sister won't even blame you.
That's bad.
If she has some glow, I'm ready for the glow up.
Is she a
Please tell me.
comedian now?
I bet she's funny.
Yeah. Anyways, since I knew from a young age people wouldn't like me for my looks, I always worked hard on my grades. I went to a good university, then I worked on my looks. I gained weight, got a hair care routine, got a nose job, and got
It's the
braces.
nose job.
Oh my God.
Now I look 7 out of 10. My sister's life, on the other hand, didn't go so well. She went to university, dropped out, got married and divorced, and moved back at home and works in a market. She also gained a lot of weight because of the stress. This summer, she called me asking whether she could come and stay with me and my fiance for a while. She told me that she cannot live with my mom anymore and there is nothing to do in our small town. I agreed and she started living with us. The issue is, whenever she gets the chance, she talks about our past. She says how much I changed myself and tells everyone my looks weren't always great. And the other day, we were out with my friends and she did it again. But she also showed the most unflattering childhood picture of me and people started laughing. I don't know what happened, but I started seeing red. I told her she also looks really different now, like 40 pounds heavier.
Hey.
She is also no longer the it girl, so she should stop acting that way. She is the girl who lives at her sister's house rent-free and tries to embarrass her. We are currently not talking. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
I like feel for the sister so much because like so much of her confidence was tied to having this identity and it's like no longer there anymore. And then you have this person, the closest person to you that like has assumed that identity almost and like has a fiance and you're divorced. Like I get it, but you have to go to therapy and understand that other people can't be the target of that.
No, that's karma. Fuck this. She wouldn't claim her all the time. Like when they were sisters when they were younger. No, this is exactly what she gets. I love this story. I don't feel for her at all. Like this is what you get. You should have been a better sister. All of it tracks. You know, like every single thing about this. Like that's all she has left. She's got to be so jealous of the younger sister. And so all she has when they're like out with the friends is to like embarrass her and remind people that she used to be ugly and remind people that she used to be the hot sister. I mean, it's giving very like person who peaked in high school energy. I want to give props to this younger sister. I mean, it's so sad to go through life, you know, being bullied for your looks and when you're younger and it affects people in such a way. And for her to be like where she is now and she's feeling confident and she's engaged or married or whatever. I mean, it's just, I want to give props to her. And I'm sure she's smart and aware enough to realize like what's happening here.
Yeah, I think so. But you can tell there's still like a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. Like she's still very self-conscious. Like to say like I'm a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like that's still sad. Yeah. I would see red too. Like I think this is so frustrating when you move to a new city, you create this new life, this new identity for yourself. You're trying to embrace your confidence and all of these things. And then your sister pulls up the most grotesque, unflattering picture and your friends start laughing.
Yeah, I
You're
would be
right
like
back to where you were.
Right, it's re-triggering from when you were a child.
Right.
And, you know, it isn't like some random person doing it, in which case I'd be like, I don't care about this. It's your family. They're supposed to be protective of you. And I'd be like, I see what you're doing here. You're only embarrassing yourself, by the way. You look stupid by trying to make me look stupid. You're just hanging on to like how you used to look. Well, joke's on you. You don't look like that anymore. Go off. Like they say when you are really heavy and you lose a lot of weight that you're still always that fat person. You never lose the feeling inside of being that like ugly girl when you were little. And so this is probably very triggering for her. It made me sad when she said she was a 7. Also, looks don't matter. And on top of that, like it sounds like she built a great life for herself.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to have the person supposed to stand up for me, trying to humiliate me to other people. And you're shopping this photo around. Then what? People are supposed to think what about me? I was an ugly kid. Who cares?
Am I the asshole for robbing my wife's affair partner, which has now led to his divorce? I, 32, have been married to my soon-to-be ex-wife, 30, Madison, for 4 years. We are currently in counseling, but it is not going to work. About a year ago, I found out she was having an affair by coming home to their clothes in our living room and sounds coming from our bedroom.
Oh, shit.
I lost it. I was getting my cricket bat out of the front closet when I stopped to think about consequences. I did not want to go to jail. I instead took all of their clothes and left quietly. I went to a friend's house, but not before throwing all of the clothes in a McDonald's garbage can. I turned off my phone and got shit-faced with my buddy. His wife hosed us off in the morning. After I turned my phone back on, I had dozens of calls and texts from Madison. First, scared because she got my updated flight information, then upset that I hadn't called her to let her know I was going to be coming home early, then freaked out that the house had been broken into, then crazy because she figured out it was me. They got more and more deranged as the calls went on. The guy she was with is 5 inches shorter than me and about 60 pounds lighter.
I love how you included that.
So if he had taken my clothes, it would have been obvious that they were not his. He ended up calling his friend to go get his spare key from his house. Unfortunately for him, his wife smelled a rat and followed his friend back to my house, where she saw him leaving in oversized clothes.
Whoa.
Long story short, she took pictures and she had evidence of his infidelity, which caused their prenup to be canceled, which cost him a lot of money. It is all one big giant shit show. It took a couple of months, but my wife convinced me to try and forgive her. We started going to counseling and we were working our way through it until recently. In a counseling session, she said that I was wrong to steal his wallet, phone, and car keys. She said that his divorce is costing him a lot of money and that I should have dealt with it in a more mature manner and that it is my fault.
I'm sorry. What? No. That's like the least he could have done, bestie. He's a way better man than most people. Like, he fully could have grabbed that bat.
The delusion.
You're so delulu if you think that what he did is at all like a bad response to what he just witnessed and what just happened to him.
My jaw was just dropped.
My goodness.
I'm blown away. OP goes on to say, I have never admitted to taking his stuff. To begin with, I was afraid he might call the cops. Then I didn't want to give her ammunition in case she wanted a divorce. Now I just don't care. I told her that her cheating was the reason her boyfriend is getting divorced and that I hope his ex takes everything.
Period.
I am still not living at home. I have my own apartment and I'm filing for divorce. Now that I know how she feels, it is kind of a slap in the face that she is blaming me for his divorce. So am I the asshole for robbing my wife's affair partner?
Absolutely not.
No.
No, you could have done so much worse.
I would have took the clothes and slashed a couple of tires.
Literally. Why is she so worried about the guy that she like, why does it matter to you? Like, why?
Also, for her to know all that information, you're still in contact?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, you guys are still like chatting and like, oh, he's like venting to you about how horrible his life is because you guys cheated and had an affair.
So
zero sympathy.
No
like,
sympathy.
I'm sorry, I'm like, you're preaching to the wrong choir here. Like, I don't care.
Ma'am, go cry a river somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like maybe to him.
Yeah.
You guys are both getting divorced now. Now you can rekindle your little love affair and be done.
Yeah.
Because you are so delusional. And the thing is, it's like you're trying to go to marriage counseling and work through this with your partner. You should be more concerned about his feelings.
His feelings. It doesn't really sound like she's sorry at all.
No.
It just kind of sounds like she's still trying to justify what she did and try to like make her partner empathize with the situation. And
he doesn't need to.
No, the fact that he's even giving her a second chance, like, I'm sorry, in that scenario, you are his bitch for a little bit there. If that ever happened to me, my partner would have to like do so much to regain my trust if there was the option to do that at all. Like, he's trying to build that trust and you're kind of throwing it in his face. Like, who cares what this guy is going through? He did it to himself. You guys did that. The consequences of your actions. Hello.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
You play with fire, you could get burned.
Yeah.
You got burned.
That's what's up. Oh, sorry, you don't like consequences of your actions? Okay, well then don't fuck up in the first place.
Also, he's the one that knew he had a prenup with an infidelity clause.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Like, if you are worried
You're dumb as hell
about that and what a divorce would entail, get divorced before cheating. Like, then you're not have to worry about your wife taking everything.
Yeah.
There's quite a few comments from OP, none that really give new info. He does mention that he did steal money out of the guy's wallet. Get your coins, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm still not mad.
Not mad. Don't hate it.
This guy was fully going to go and get a bat and beat your ass. And you're worried about a couple of 20s in your wallet.